Welcome to my world. Another day, another time, another period for knowledge acquisition. Knowledge is power, health is wealth. Today's topic has to do with how leprosy became less contagious. In the past, you have read it that people had leprosy colony, people were seriously stigmatized and ostracized, and then you now have leprosy really stigmatized, but there was nothing heard about other bacteria or organisms or other diseases. Even the group that leprosy belongs to, the genus microbacteria, we had tuberculosis, but it was not that contagious then, probably. But now we have a situation where leprosy that was so devastating and highly contagious is now contained and curable. It is wonderful. We thank God for that. But we need to understand how the leprosy now became less contagious and tuberculosis became more a far cry. Though leprosy skin diseases is seriously obvious for anybody to see. You may not even see tuberculosis in a person except for the wasting and the serious coughing at times. But outside that, the skin really disfigured makes leprosy something, a barrier. So my effort today, therefore, is to expose how leprosy became less contagious and also talk about how to really diagnose leprosy. So if you like my presentation, press the like button, subscribe as usual. Let's move on to the slide section. The outline: objective introduction, virulence study, leprosy now exposing the WHO rule, lab diagnosis, and prevention and control. The objective: to expose the factors responsible for Mycobacterium leprae, lowered virulence, the WHO role in its eradication, and how to identify and control the dissemination of the disease. The introduction: leprosy, also called Epstein disease, after the man who discovered them as rod-shaped bacteria, is a chronic infectious disease which primarily affects the skin, peripheral nerves, mucosa of the upper respiratory tract, and the eye, causing progressive and permanent damage to this organ and system if untreated. As seen in this diagram, you can see the folds. The leper colony aptly describes the level of stigmatization, and it is believed to be as old as over 36 million years. That is the Mycobacterium itself, but never demystified as a bacterium. The new one is even called Mycobacterium lepromatosis from the genomic study. Leprosy had no cure before 1940, and as such, lepers were isolated in leper colony. A great step forward was made, however, with the discovery in 1940 by Dr. Cochrane of Calvi that sulfone were effective in treating leprosy, so much so that isolation was no longer necessary, as the patient quickly became non-contagious. Yet quarantine in leper colonies was abolished by official decree only as late as the 1960s. You could see the lepers, even those days, hiding in colonies as late as 1960s, even after that. We later had resistance to sulfone and other antibacterial drugs, so making it necessary for multi-drug therapy, which has helped to reduce the devastating effects of leprosy. Virulence study. Majority of microorganisms that are virulent have so many enzymes that they use to really penetrate and do havoc. Toxins and capsules, they are capsulated. Even you can see some having hemagglutinins, of so many substances that they use to really attack and make the whatever the body mechanism against them is to inactivate them. That enabled them to attach to host cells, gain entrance into the host cells, multiply successfully before infecting adjacent cells, to repeat the same damaging process and finally destroying the host to infect another host rapidly, so gradually disseminating itself and spreading havoc, causing what you call epidemic around. So virulence is a measure of mortality, microbial burden on tissues, or lifetime reproductive success of infected hosts versus uninfected hosts. The most commonly used measurement of virulence is the lethal dose required to kill 50% of infected hosts, referred to as the LD50. Yeah, leprosy now. Thanks to WHO effort at eradicating Mycobacterium leprae, which is regarded as neglected tropical disease and still occurs in more than 120 countries with around 200,000 new cases reported every year. The first approach was elimination of leprosy as a public health problem, defined as prevalence of less than 1 per 10,000 population as per World Health Assembly Resolution 44.9, which was achieved globally in the year 2000, and in most countries by the year 2010. The reduction in the number of new cases has been gradual. The reduction has been gradual, as could be seen in the list listed there, and all these achievements were made possible because of the reductive evolution of Mycobacterium leprae and the multi-drug therapy, because with drug being able to cure it, then Mycobacterium leprae lost its virulence primarily through a process called reductive evolution. So it became less contagious because the genome started shrinking, and it's confirmed by what was seen, the pseudo genes, which really reveal that the metabolic activity that it usually uses all the large genome for has been lost. So this reductive evolution was inferred from the numerous pseudogenes, indicating a large loss of functional genes over evolutionary time. It therefore lacks many critical metabolic pathways, making it unable to synthesize vital nutrients independently and requiring a host to provide them. It's extremely slow growth. That slow growth also can stay for up to 5 years in a person without coming out, showing all those dangerous, the signs and symptoms that will make you confirm it's TB and treat. So that long period also makes it not as devastating as it used to be. And so one could have it. Then the multi-drug therapy has helped to cure it. And people who are cured are cured. And if they are quickly detected early, the prevention is great. It will not even show any of these signs and symptoms. Yeah, laboratory diagnosis. Examination of a diagnostic skin disease done by clinician is very easy, especially when you have developed the leptomatous leprosy. The hair appearance is also diagnostics, as I shall expose. Lepromine test is not specific, but it can be used as a screening test. The slit skin can be stained using Zn stain for AFP, and you see it appearing just like it is appearing as an intracellular aerobic acid fast rod shaped bacillus surrounded by the characteristic waxy coating, which is one of the most important virulent factors. The skin appearance is diagnostic of whether it is tuberculoid leprosy or lepromatous leprosy. The tuberculous leprosy has very little skin disease, but the lepromatous one is so characteristic. That's so many skin lesions
And so this is how it appears. Diagnostic of tuberculosis leprosy characteristic: dry, blushy lesion on face, but the diagnosis need to be confirmed by microscopic examination of the skin biopsies. Yeah, the lepromatous leprosy is just seeing this fold, the skin and the hair, everything folded. In lepromatous leprosy, there is extensive skin involvement with a large number of bacteria, multi-bacillary leprosy. Not the bacillary is scanty, like I said, for the tuberculoid leprosy. In affected area, as the disease progresses, there is a loss of ear brow, the high brow, you not see, the thickening and enlargement of the nostril, ear, and the cheeks, resulting in the typical lion-like facial appearance. Finally, the prevention and control. So much has been exposed about its prevention, in that leprosy is a human-to-human close contact transmission, not just handshake, that you just shake somebody or touch somebody that is having leprosy makes you have it. No, it goes beyond that, and it has no reservoir that one can target the reservoir, like you want to believe this, that's the source of where it is coming from. It's still shrouded in that little mystery. Though it can be cultured on mice parts, and armadillo has been used successfully in medical research, but its transmission from the mice to women is still in doubt. Personal hygiene is a key factor in prevention, and early treatment of infected person is also effective in the control of the spread of leprosy. Multi-drug treatment developed in 1980 has been useful, cure the disease. The sulfonylurefampicin has been. The knowledge of the countries where it still exists is crucial, so that vaccines produced against leprosy are administered before such venture by the people, tourists, to control its spread to developed countries that are free of leprosy. According to WHO data from 2019, Brazil, India, and Indonesia reported more than 10,000 new cases, whereas Bangladesh, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Mozambique, Myanmar, Nepal, Nigeria, Philippines, Somalia, South Sudan, Sri Lanka, and the United Republic of Tanzania each reported 1,000 to 10,000 new cases, incidents. If more tests and treatment are concentrated in these identified countries, surely leprosy will be eradicated by 2030. This is just my own opinion, and I believe that leprosy is possible for us to really eradicate it if we can reduce it that much. The stigmatization has been removed, because you can hardly talk of any lepers colony anymore. And the experience of HIV stigmatization really brought that to an end. And with leprosy that is curable, I don't see why, if we improve our hygiene, bathing and doing the necessary brushing and what have you, will surely be over it. Watch more of my video channel, Ask Akinola-Anjou, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. So if you are really more interested, subscribe, so that the efforts put in will be appreciated. Thank you.